Hello and welcome to Fearless DIY Music. My name is Tristan Lass, and today we're going to begin the tale of two Strats. I've got two Stratocasters here that I'm not 100% happy with, both of which I have had for quite some time in various incarnations. And so before these guys kind of reach their final state of being, I wanted to shoot a video kind of a little bit about how they came to be where they're at right now before I do the final, hopefully, the final iterations of these guitars. I'm going to start with this one because the neck is the oldest piece out of all these guitars. This neck was originally on an all one piece, solid Honduran mahogany body. It was a hardtail Strat. Had two pickups, kind of fashioned after the Last Waltz guitar, Robbie Robertson's guitar in that movie, because I used to be a fan of that. So anyway, I built a guitar with this neck, that body, two pickups. One was a humbucker, Strat sized humbucker, and the other one was a vintage single coil Strat pickup. And I had that wired just on a three-way switch, and then a toggle for series, parallel, and single on the humbucker. And so I used that guitar for the last part of my performing career because I didn't have a bass player, and this was a big chunky neck. And so I put really heavy strings on it, played with an octave pedal a lot of the time. And it was a rhythm instrument. I mean, like, I had the strings up pretty high. I was just holding down a lot of heavy stuff. And then, so over the years, after I quit performing, that red guitar with this neck on it just sat on my wall. It was not fun to play. It was set up for live performance in a strange way. So I never enjoyed it. And so over the years, I finally decided, I got to do something about this. So the next iteration of this neck basically ended up on this guitar with that same pick guard off the red guitar, just to put a whammy on it, lower the action, and kind of have that feel. And I really liked that guitar for a while. I liked the configuration. I thought it was cool. And then I got to the point where I didn't like the limitations of the two pickups. So I kind of came up with this iteration right here. So the neck off the red guitar on this body, which is a made in Mexico 2004 Strat body. Used to have MIDI in it, actually. This guitar has MIDI routes all through it that I removed. And so I made this into what you see now. And I've got it wired Nashville wiring, so neck and bridge. This toggle switch controls the series, parallel, single on that pickup. And then this little three-way switch here goes from standard neck and bridge to blending in the middle pickup to middle pickup by itself. And this controls the volume of the middle pickup. This is a tone, and this is a master volume for the other two pickups. So anyway, I have other Nashville wired guitars. This configuration is kind of clunky to me. I don't like the parchment pickguard I picked out. I still love the body. I still love the neck, but the neck also has issues. Over the years, it's needed a fret level forever. So finally, I need to level the frets on this and reconfigure it in a way that makes it something I want to pick up and play. A lot of you out there might have similar problems with, like, you have a guitar, maybe two guitars or more, that you're just unhappy with, and you just don't pick them up because they don't please you. So this one right now, in my mind, is pretty much unplayable because it's got buzzy issues all through here from uneven frets. And like I said, I love this pickup, but the rest of it's just junk. It's not, not junk, but it's too complicated. Where I positioned these toggles is goofy, and I just didn't think this through. So this guitar's got to change. Now, over to this guitar. If I don't knock over the stand completely there. This Strat, on the other hand, I absolutely love everything about except for this lace sensor pickup. This came off of this body, this made in Mexico. This is the pick guard from the made in Mexico body. It ended up on the red guitar for a while with this neck. I thought it looked kind of like an Andy Summers guitar. Just imagine this is Fiesta Red. There'll be pictures up in the corner. And I really wanted to like the hardtail. And I just could not get over the fact, number one, I don't like red. Red is my least favorite color. Why I ever chose that body to be with this neck originally is beyond me. But at the time, I wanted a solid 100 mahogany body. I thought that would sound great. I needed a hardtail because I was playing bass and rhythm guitar on it simultaneously, essentially, with the octave pedal. So anyway, to make this appealing to me, I took the neck. This is the 2004 Made in Mexico neck. I put it on the red body with this pick guard off the Made in Mexico guitar. This is also a Nashville wiring, but one I like. This activates the middle pickup, but I've got a dead position there. So that part I don't like. The lace sensor, as I said at the beginning, is the other thing I really don't like about this guitar. And then right here, I have a little mini toggle, and when the middle pickup is activated, I can go here and have that in isolation, or have it blend in with the other two pickups. Same thing, three-way switch, master tone, master volume. So, to get to this point, I was like, that red Hunter and mahogany body's gotta go. So, I got this body, which is a catalpa wood body, which I thought was kind of unique. I found it pretty cheap. I paid $75 for it, I think, on Reverb. It is not fully finished. It is not finished sanded even. It is just a raw wood guitar with a tiny bit of oil on it. And I kind of wanted one like this because I'd always read about, unfinished guitars, well, maybe they have better resonance, maybe they have better tone. And so far, I got to say, I love this thing. I love the neck. I love this 2004 neck. It's got locking tuners on it, which I really enjoy. This is an old Tokai bridge that came off of my old Tokai Strat, which will be in another video at some point. This bridge is about 35 years old. I cleaned it all up, slapped it onto this body with the Made in Mexico pick guard and this configuration with the neck, and it's one of my favorite players. This is my Strat guitar for the shop. This is the only Strat style guitar that's strictly Strat style that I keep out here in the workshop permanently. But the sticking point is this, and then the dead spot here. So what my plan is I will take that Seymour Duncan single coil humbucker configurated pickup, which I love the sound of, and I already have it wired to the right kind of switch. It's all ready to go. That toggle will end up here to control that pickup in this guitar in that position. I will then wire this so that is middle pickup off, Nashville wiring intact, middle pickup engaged, blending with the other two pickups, and then middle pickup on its own. This is a three-way LP switch. I should be able to pull that off, and pretty painlessly, because I like this setup. I like the way the whole guitar looks, and so this one will be easy to mod. We're just going to go from, get that pickup, put it in here, and change a little bit of wiring. And then this guitar should be 100%, and I should never have to mess with it again, which is my goal with all my instruments currently and for the future, to continue to work on them until I am 100% satisfied, something you should do as well. And just by swapping a few parts between the two guitars, wiring and soldering, which is essentially free, it's just these constant iterations. And that's something I think every guitar player should be doing if they have an instrument that they're not satisfied with. Now, over to this. So what am I going to do to this besides that fret level? And I just kind of went, to this. I have a good single coil to put in here. It is a vintage Squier single coil. It's 40 years old. It's a good sounding pickup. The middle pickup is already from that set. And I really like this pickup. This is a Seymour Duncan, and this is a vintage neck pickup. I play on the neck more than anywhere on a Strat, especially the way this one's going to be wired. So having those two old Squire pickups in these two spots will be great. Now, the pickguard has to go, this crazy wiring has to go. I have opted for this guitar to go super simple, like 1950s simple. We're going to keep the three-way switch, and we're just going to have neck, middle, and single in the bridge as the three settings. There's going to be three switch positions, 3 pickups. That's it. I will probably have this tone control the neck. I'll have this tone control will control the bridge and the middle. So here's where it gets a little goofy. What kind of pickguard and what kind of look am I going to go for this guitar? Well, I've opted to go off the map and do something that I never usually do, which is kind of just get gaudy and weird. I'm going to go with this blue pickguard and green pickup covers, knobs, and switch tip. And so my idea is that the blue against the sunburst with the green, it's kind of like an earth theme. So this is like the sun or the universe or the cosmos or whatever you want to call it, with, you know, the bright light of the universe. And then this will be like the ocean. And then these are little green islands. It's goofy. I know it. Make fun of me. Please do. But anyway, so the nickname for this guitar, hopefully, if this all works out and it looks as cool as I hope to make it look, and the simplicity of it is engaging to me as a player, since it'll have the fret level, I'll have the action buttery, and it'll be like, oh, neck, middle, bridge, and that's it. No option paralysis. And there goes my phone. But anyway, so no option paralysis with this guitar. It's going to be just like, okay, well, those are the sounds. Very simple. So what I'm going to be doing is shooting a video of this guitar after it's all finished, shooting a video of this guitar when it's all finished. I'll play them a little bit through the amps out here, and we'll check them out. But anyway, this is the introduction to the tale of two Strats. The lesson here that I think that I'm trying to convey is that if you're unhappy with a guitar and you just don't pick it up, you have to either decide to get rid of it. And at this point in my life, I have enough connection to most of these instruments. I mean, I've had this neck for almost 20 years, and I want to make them work somehow. So I'll keep swapping stuff until I figure it out. But for you, it may be you got to get rid of the thing, or you just have to do what I'm doing and start doing iterations of guitars where you're like, okay, this has gotten me closer. When you're modifying Strats too, especially, it is just so easy. There's so many parts available. They're so cheap. They're easy to wire. They're easy to wire a multitude of ways. And when we get into the individual videos for these guitars, I'll talk a little bit more about my favorite wiring schematic, which is basically Nashville. I like having the bridge and the neck just on a 3-way switch, combining the two, and then bringing that middle pickup in and out as necessary, and having the ability to have it in isolation. So anyway, this has been a long rambling video. I will be, there were pictures up of all the guitars and iterations here. It was difficult for me to kind of keep it all straight because there have been so many iterations, and these two guitars have an intertwined past and future, and I think that's really interesting. And always finding that history and that meaning in your instrument makes it more compelling, and if it's more compelling, it's more compelling to play, and that's what we're here to do, right? To play. All right, thank you so much for your time. Once again, I'm Tristan Lass. This is Fearless DIY Music. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.